You hatched from an egg in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, a place that could not be more alien to a Tyrannosaurus rex. Your species evolved on vast, open floodplains where visibility stretched for miles and prey matched your enormous appetite. Instead, you emerge into a world of choking vines, towering trees, and undergrowth so thick you cannot see 3 feet ahead. And the air is thick with moisture and the constant drone of insects, while the heat presses down like a living weight. Modern oxygen levels are lower than the Cretaceous atmosphere you were built for, but your lungs somehow cope. This is no simple tale of dominance. It is the story of the most powerful land predator in history. It's dropped into an ecosystem that has no idea what to do with you, and the slow, grinding question of whether you can survive. The first sensation is overwhelming heat. It is not the warm, seasonal climate your instincts expect, but a permanent sauna that never cools. You stumble forward on unsteady legs, crashing immediately into a wall of ferns and lianas. Back in the ancient floodplains, you would have had room to run and hunt. Here, the jungle is a humid closet that fights every step. Within minutes, mosquitoes swarm any soft skin they can find. Ants sting your feet. Standing still for even 30 seconds invites more bites, so you keep moving, driven by raw instinct and growing hunger. 2 hours after hatching, the need to eat becomes urgent. Your genetics scream for small dinosaurs or sizable insects. But the Amazon offers frogs no bigger than your toe, and birds that stay maddeningly out of reach in the canopy. You spot movement near a strema-brown shape, roughly the size of a large rat. You charge, trip over roots, and watch an agouti vanish. Persistence eventually pays off. You corner a frog by the water's edge, snap it up, and swallow. It tastes like nothing. Pattern repeats over the next few days. Every hunt costs more energy than the meager calories it returns. A juvenile rodent brings brief pride, only for hunger to return within minutes. At this stage, you are still tiny, barely 3 feet long. Yet already the mismatch between your body and this environment is clear. The heat never relents. Temperatures hover between 85 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity that makes every breath feel heavy. You begin standing in streams just to cool down, which conveniently places you near drinking trails. Sunset becomes your ally. Prey grows careless in the fading light. One evening, a capybara, essentially a giant guinea pig weighing about as much as you do now, waddles to the water's edge. You lunge from the shallows, clamp down, and for the first time since hatching you feel truly full. The meal sustains you for nearly a day. It is a small victory, but the math is already grim. You are growing fast, putting on weight and height every week. By a few months old, you resemble a large dog, and the jungle begins to notice. Your first real standoff comes with a juvenile ocelot near a sleeping spot. Both of you freeze, assessing. The cat eventually decides you are not worth the risk and melts back into the foliage. Smart choice. By now you have learned that stealth is nearly impossible. Your growing frame snaps branches and tears vines announcing your presence. Rivers become your highways. They offer open space to move, relief from the heat and steady traffic of animals coming to drink. You patrol these corridors at dusk and dawn, ambushing whatever comes within reach. Disease and parasites arrive early. Ticks burrow between scales. Intestinal invaders you cannot see, but definitely feel, take hold. Every drink from the river brings new threats. Scratches from thorns or falls refuse to heal cleanly in the constant humidity. Small cuts fester and linger. Still you push on. 6 months old, you weigh around 200 pounds, and are beginning to grasp, in whatever limited way a dinosaur brain can, that you are both the most dangerous creature here and utterly out of place. The growth spurt hits hard. Within 2 years, you stand 12 feet tall at the hip and tip the scales at roughly 6 tons. You are now the largest land animal in South America by an embarrassing margin. No predator has evolutionary experience with something like you. The first encounters are almost comical. One dawn, you follow the scent of fresh blood and find a male jaguar. 220 pounds of spotted muscle and bone-crushing power standing proudly over a dead tapir. This cat has ruled the jungle for years. It tenses, bares fangs, and prepares to defend its prize the way it always has. You simply walk up, seize the 500-pound tapir, lift it effortlessly, and carry it 20 feet away to eat. The jaguar stands frozen, its entire worldview collapsing in real time. You finish the meal in 6 bites. It is the largest prey item the ecosystem offers, yet it keeps you satisfied for only 3 days. Hunting shifts to night. Daytime heat is lethal. You spend afternoons chest-deep in rivers to avoid overheating. Prey patterns change around you. Tapirs move only in deepest darkness and thickest cover. Capybaras post sentries that whistle alarms. Peccaries travel in larger herds. You create what biologists would later call a landscape of fear. Everything rearranges its life to avoid you. River bends at dusk become ambush points. Sometimes you manage 2 or 3 capybaras in a single strike before the rest scatter. But the calorie math worsens. You need roughly 500 pounds of meat per month just to maintain weight. Tapirs are scarce. Smaller kills and constant patrolling burn energy almost as fast as you gain it. One afternoon in deeper water, a 16-foot black caiman, roughly 1,000 pounds of armored muscle strikes your leg. Teeth sink deep. The reptile tries its signature death roll, but you weigh 6 tons and refuse to budge. You reach down, clamp your jaws around its midsection, and bite with force that shatters ribs and punctures vital organs. The caiman dies quickly. You drag the carcass to shore and eat it. The victory is costly. Puncture wounds will almost certainly infect, yet you heal, as your kind always has. 3 more caiman encounters follow during the wet season. You kill 2, the third learns, and flees. Each fight leaves scars and new infection risks. By year 3, you are the undisputed apex predator. Jaguars shift their territories. Caimans stay in deeper channels. Anacondas take one look and decide elsewhere is better. Complete dominance, however, does not solve the fundamental problem. Prey has grown wary. You turn increasingly to scavenging. Your keen nose detects carcasses miles away. Drowned deer tangled in debris, peccaries dead from other causes. Even jaguar kills you simply take while the owner watches helplessly. Scavenging is more efficient than chasing paranoid prey, but it is also a sign that the ecosystem is barely supporting you. Health issues mount. Chronic skin infections spread from unhealing cuts. Ticks embed in unreachable places. A fungal patch on your side grows despite constant scraping against trees. Constant immersion softens the pads of your feet, turning every sharp root or stone into a deeper wound. Foot rot sets in. You grow thinner than you should be, slower than you once were. The wet season floods the forest, concentrating prey on high ground but forcing you to wade chest-deep for weeks. More bites, more infections, more scars. Nothing else can kill you. No jaguar, no caiman, no anaconda poses a genuine threat. The real dangers are slower and more patient. Sepsis from infected wounds, a broken leg from a fall that leaves you unable to hunt, or exhaustion in deep mud where your own massive weight works against you. You have survived 3 years in an environment that treats you as an invasive object. Prey populations decline along your 50-mile river territory as other predators disperse. Scavengers flourish on your leftovers. You have reshaped a 60-mile dead zone where the jungle grows quieter and more cautious. Yet the moment you die, the system will snap back. There will be no mate, no offspring, no population. You remain utterly alone, an instinctual absence registering in the quiet nights, when you should be hearing other tyrannosaurs. The verdict is brutally simple. Can a T.Rex survive in the Amazon? Yes, you've already done so for years and could continue for several more if no single catastrophe strikes. Can you thrive? Absolutely not. The food supply is marginal at best. Your body engineered for cooler seasons and massive prey, battles, constant heat, humidity, and parasites. Can you dominate? Without question. You're the king of this jungle and nothing else even comes close. But dominance is not enough when the forest itself is the enemy using weather, disease, and simple caloric arithmetic to wear you down. You are the most dangerous thing these trees have ever seen. Yet the Amazon is killing you anyway. Slowly, patiently. It does not need teeth or claws. It only needs time and the certainty that you will always be alone. Being able to kill everything does not mean everything cannot kill you back. It simply means the jungle must be patient and stack the odds across weeks, months, and years instead of using a single bite. In the end, the most terrifying part of the simulation is not your power. It is how even the mightiest predator can be reduced to a lonely giant, slowly starving and rotting in a world